Your POV. Lady and I have been traveling for quite some time now, where she said writing down my feelings and thoughts would be good for me, if I didn't know how to put them in words. Well, we are staying in a little town called Glimmerbrook for the time being, though Lady doesn't like it here, though. She seems to be more on edge here than before we got here. I like it here, though. They are hosting an event soon. I can't remember what they called it, but it was Soul something. But I think Lady is on edge because the fact the residents here are supposedly witches. Wait, what if she reads this? What stopped me from finishing the book? Well, journal was when the sound of the door opening, letting me know that Orion was back from shopping. I got everything we need. He looked up from the bag. Wait, are you reading my journal? He spat, quickly walking over to take it out of my hand. You said you wouldn't read it. He puffed out his cheeks, the tip of his ears red and his cheeks dusted with pink. No, I wasn't. I found it in my stuff. I lied as I stood, walking over to the dropped bag to look at what he had gotten. Why did you buy fur and a chest plate? I raised a brow, looking over to him. I spent it with my money. Everything else is what you gave me to spend on food and cleaning stuff. He protected himself. I thought we could celebrate the one day we're in here, at least for a bit, then we can sell them somewhere else. I smiled, gnawed at the idea of dressing up at how much he had grown and learned from the world thanks to it and me, but mostly what is around us. Please, I just really want to do this. He stood just in front of me, his hands clasped together with pleading eyes. I gave a sigh, knowing full well that he would win no matter what. All right. He beamed, bouncing up and down as he slightly twirled. Okay, so listen to my idea. He smiled as he looked back towards me. You are to dress up like me, and I, you. I tilted my head, not really taking it in. I will be a knight, and you will be a spider. He smiled as he brought the pieces out from the bag to show it to me. I took the pure white fur from his hands, feeling it just how soft it was. Somewhat felt like him. I looked over to him to see he was struggling to put the chest plate over his head. I giggled, shaking my head. What's funny? I heard his voice slightly echo from the metal. Here, let me help you. I put the fur down onto the bed, walking behind him and undoing the straps easily. He made an oof sound as it hit his chest and stayed there, thanks to me. Does that feel all right? Good? I tilted my head just enough to see my face. I feel fine. He looked down and then towards me. Good. I spoke as my hands strapped him in the armor that really wasn't armor I had seen in what felt like years. Soon, it fitted as good as it could for the couple of hours it needed. Okay, you, he smiled as he turned to look at me. I sighed, nodding as I started to walk closer towards him. Well, towards the bed, really. Taking the fur fabric in my hands and seeing that it was more not shirt. Oh, and you can use the shirt and pants you wear under the armor with it. He spoke as I walked towards the bathroom. I looked at him and nodded. And is that all? I asked with a tilt of my head. No, I think... Oh, wait, actually, can I use your sword for the night? He asked with a jump in his step, even if he didn't move at all. I only shook my head. No, I spoke as I went into the bathroom. Please, he said through the other side, being muffled. It will only be for a little bit, only 3 hours, he continued as I changed. I will not use it at all. I will only keep it at my hip. It won't move unless you need it. I bit my lip, thinking it over. And with a sigh, I said, fine. But after that, we are getting you one. Silence came back on the other side of the door before I could hear the tapping of feet and what seemed like a little squeal. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. I swear I could see him beaming. I swear to you, I won't let a piece of dust on it. I swear, if the door wasn't blocking my way, it would be complete sunlight out there. His hands over his chest, probably looking at the door or my back. I looked up, trying not to think of the fact I was now in my under armor, but part of the fur on my arms and over my chest. Ugh. It didn't cover much. Thanks. I sighed, turning towards the door, twisting the knob for the door to open to see Orion looking in the mirror, then towards me. His face was filled with a smile, and then turned into what I could say was astonishment. His eyes filled as he looked me up and down. Whoa. Oh, whoa. He gasped as he just looked at me. You look great. He looked up towards me, a smile on his face with a dust of pink there. I don't know how you stay so cool. I'm heating in this. I waved my hand over my face. And I don't know how you run around in this. He pointed towards his own chest plate, and then looked to the armor that was still in the bathroom. I guess there are things the other just needs to get used to. I smiled as I walked over towards the door. Orion's POV. We walked along the lit-up path, where the fire glowed a weird and amazing bluish-purple flame. It seemed to dance as if it was watching us as we walked. A beautiful full moon lit up most of the darkened area outside the town. See, not so bad, huh? I smiled as I walked over towards you. You, on the other hand, didn't look as pleased as I was. Your face fell down as you looked towards the ground, watching as our feet moved, soon changing when I spoke towards you. Ugh! The noise coming quickly out of me as I ran into someone. I looked forward, right into someone's chest. Like, literally into someone's chest. I looked up to see the male's face, narrow eyes with teeth smirked as he looked down at me. Watch, warrior. Lady, it's been quite some time. How have you been? The male paused his own sentence as he looked over to you, his smile seemingly wide as he saw you, and threw a hand over your shoulder. I didn't know you were traveling with anyone anymore. His smile wavered as he looked towards me again. And who might you be? He asked. I'm Orion. I gave a smile, not really liking this dude one bit. I see you have been enjoying the festivities they have prepared for everyone to enjoy. I watched as his eyes went from me to trailing down towards your chest, just watching. And I think I'm starting to like it more, he chuckled, though you stayed quiet, quickly stepping away from him to get some distance from him. Would you like to Me and Lady were going together. I spoke, having just a slight. Oh, really? And why would a knight like her be traveling with someone like you, He asked, the hum coming in a question on itself. Look, sis, be nice to him. You spat, but it wasn't really one. Mixed with a normal tone as yours, but giving a bite to it, really. What? I'm just trying to see what you see in him. Really, he's not the type that would travel the world, I saw the faint movement of your brow. He's lived long enough with me. I don't know why, but that sentence. Did you think I was weak still? Did the words you say to me mean nothing? Did you bring me here? Was it because... Then why don't we catch up? It's been quite some time since our school days, He slung an arm around your shoulder once again and tell me all about the time we've been away? Or Maybe more. He smirked. But you? You simply nodded. Wait, lady, I thought you raised your hand. No, he's right. We haven't seen each other in quite some time. It would be nice to do so. You lightly smiled towards me as you just allowed him to pull you along. I grumbled, crossing my arms over my chest as I turned. No, we don't have time to stop here. No, this place is crawling with thieves. What was that? Ah! I screamed when an old lady spoke just beside me. Her eyes were closed as if she was blind. Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. But what were you mumbling about? She spoke as she slightly smiled. Nothing really. I smiled as I looked towards her. Well, then can you help me with this? She asked as she ushered towards a box full of empty glasses of all shapes and somewhat sizes. I thought it would be easy for you since you have the extra limbs. She lightly laughed, making me join in. Sure, I can. I smiled as I picked up the box. Do you make glassware? I asked as she started to walk away, causing me to follow. No, I am far too old to deal with that heat. My grandson makes it for me. She smiled as I came to her side. Well, these are really good, I said as I looked at all of them. I will have to tell him that. She smiled as we continued to walk, soon coming up to a market where the others were all around. Just set them there. She pointed to a spot, setting them down as not to break them. Also, in all my years, I don't think I've ever seen a spider like you before. Quite rare. Only seen browns and blacks. She paused as she rubbed her chin. Are you... I would like to forget about that if that is all right, miss. She paused as she watched over me, nodding and giving me a, all right, I will not pry. She sighed. Well, what can I repay you with? She smiled as her hands held onto each other in front of her. Food, clothes, money. The woman knight. Uh-huh. Noise came out of my mouth as I looked up at her. Her eyes opened as she watched me. What do you mean by that? How did you know? I gasped out, and she lightly laughed. The fire around her seemingly moved as if laughing with her. There is never a secret in this town. Now, if you want a love potion, that will not work. It just makes a person's body heat increase. She spoke as she walked behind her stall. Wait, how did you know? I faltered. Witches aren't dumb, sweetie. She smiled. You really think she would go off with a brute like that? She spat as she turned. I saw the way she looked between you and him. I may be old, but I'm not that stupid. She flicked my forehead. But she seemed so willing to talk to him. She made a noise of a gasp and sigh. She's testing you, seeing how much you care. I looked down, sighing. Do you really think she would dress up like that just for nothing? She cares for you. She wants to see how much she thinks you care for her. The elderly woman crossed her arms. But I don't even know how to get across to her. I don't even know where she is. I pouted, but she only sighed, shaking her head. Come on, you aloof. She spat as she started to walk, and I paused, quickly jumping after to follow her. Your POV. Wow, lady. Didn't know you would get around that far after our school days. I chuckled, hearing the words come out of his mouth. Yeah, really has been. I sighed. There, for this whole time, had been really one thing on my mind. Did Ryan really care for me? Or was it just me hoping for it? He was just different compared to all the everyone I've else traveled with. He doesn't know human cues like the others. He only understands what he's been taught and told by me. Oh, Did I even mention the time I was able to defeat... Ah! A loud noise coursing throughout the sky. Looking up to see the colors, fireworks of all different colors. Wow, never took you to being scared. Luxus had his hand over his nose and the slight smell of blood coating that area. Sorry, caught me off guard. Looking back towards the colors, a hot air balloon with bright blues contrasting the light greens and lanterns of all different shapes and colors. It was beautiful to say at the least. If only. I kind of wish I had Orion with me to watch these. Lady! I looked up, trying to figure where the voice was coming from. There, on top of the hot air balloon. Orion? I gasped, standing upright with shock. God, what is he doing up there? I could hear the grumble coming from behind me. Lady, the witches helped me get up here, so... Just get on with it before you die. The voice of an old lady spoke. Okay. I watched as he changed his position, causing me to panic even more. Then he was up there. Lady, I love you. I'll be honest, when I first met you, you were nothing to me, turning into hatred. But the more I spent time with you, the words you say to me, I don't know what the feeling was. Just something warm in my chest when I saw or thought about you. But now, I know it's love. I'm doing this because I love... I gasped as I heard the sound of the balloon being squeezed and released, his body lowering and lowering until he fell into the water below. What are you? Locked his ass as I took off my shoes and turned towards the water to jump into the dark sky watery. The more and more I pushed myself until I was just below his panicking body, holding on to him. Lady, did you hear me? He looked up at me, and I swear it either had to be the water or tears running down my face. You dummy. I teared as I held him closer. What if the water was shallow? What if there was no water at all? He hugged on to me as I spoke. I'm sorry. I was worried you were mad at me. I sighed. Come on, let's get back to shore so we can dry you off. I turned, allowing him to hold onto my back as I swam closer and closer towards the shore. Loxus had a hand on his hip when we got back. What were you thinking? You can't even let her leave your sight for a minute, can you? I put my shoes back on, not really wanting to talk to him, nor the feeling of my wet socks. You know what? Lady jumped in after me. If she didn't love me more than you, she would have stayed with you instead of doing that. I turned around to see the movement of his fist straight toward his chest. Just face it. He stood there for a moment, then began to walk over towards me. As he walked away, I could hear him, Loxus, shout, Lady, my offer still stands if you want to see me more. Orion's POV. Lady was quick to walk into the bathroom as I took off the armor. Lady, I'm sorry if I made you mad. It's just... I paused as I bit my lip, taking a towel that she had put on the table. Hearing the noise of you moving around in the bathroom, I was nervous. You had been quiet ever since you saved me from the lake. I looked down at the sword you had given me just for today. I had left it with the old lady who had helped me in the first place. Was that why you were mad? Lady, please talk to me and say either you're mad at me or not. I was starting to panic, my body slightly shaking, maybe out of panic or just the thought of you hating me in some way or another. The sound of your footsteps coming closer towards the door. I moved closer so you wouldn't be able to avoid me and just go to bed. The door clicked open, swinging open for me to eye you. Get to bed, you spat. I tilted my head. But I'm not tired. I slightly looked down, my eyes quickly coming back up to your face, my face being bright, red, and hot. Oh, I said with a slight smirk. I opened my eyes to view the warmth of the sun, and you. I had the best dream last night, lady. I nuzzled into your body. We were so close together. Kind of like this. I nuzzled more into your body until I opened my eyes to see your chest. I gasped, lightly, not to wake you. It wasn't. I beamed. Is that you? I heard you ask, causing me to hum. Wait, did I wake you? I bolted my head to look at you, where you had brought your hand to play with my hair. You had begun to lay kisses on my forehead, and one on my temple. Did you sleep well, beauty? You giggled as you pulled me in closer. That was when I realized something. The comfort was washed away when something came to my thoughts. You're not going to eat me, are you? I asked, slightly panicking. Orion, why would I eat you if that means I would have no more of you? You cut my face as you smiled. And besides, I don't think you would taste good for me. Though you licked your lips as if thinking of something. Rest. I'll make sure no one comes to eat you. You combed through my hair as my head laid against your chest. Thanks, my lady. I sighed as I nuzzled in,